Yeah, it's gonna be all right. Katrina, do you hear me? You are muted.
Thanks.
Okay, I am in a new place.
Yeah.
I'm at my sister's in air conditioning.
Oh, how nice.
Woot woot.
I
So
have
sound
the
though,
fan.
although
Yeah.
beg your pardon?
I got a fan, but
You got the
nothing else.
fan, yeah. Well, in my place, it gets about 15 degrees warmer inside than it is outside on hot days. And given that I was going to be fasting or trying to, air conditioning is indicated. Sound seems okay.
Yep.
Yeah?
So far, so
Okay.
good.
Well, then I'm going to duck away and eat a bite before the fast, but I'm here and I'll just stay online.
All right. Sounds good.
I'm just going to become invisible and inaudible, and
All right.
inaudible, but you can. Bridget's Wonders, I'm here.
Okay. Sounds good.
Thank you.
Katrina,
Hello.
hi there. I'm just getting a few things set up.
Alrighty.
Anything you
Hey,
need from me at this moment? Hi, Joel.
Nope.
hey
I just
there.
jumped in. I think it seems all good. I got the audio from Whole Nidre. Um, so that looks
Okay.
good.
And I
And
haven't eaten yet, so I'm going to go do that. But I'm here and online and hooked in.
Well, so do you want to do a sound check, Joel and Katrina?
We just did.
Oh, great.
I
oh,
mean,
Okay.
you know,
you didn't do your, do you want to have the guitar at
you
all?
want? Sure.
I'll be back
Well,
soon.
I'll let you know how it sounds here.
Who dat?
it's a,
Jim K, he, him pronouns.
Hi, Jim K. Except for the tuning part. And the coughing part.
you know,
Good?
yeah, sounds great.
All right, we're rolling. Catch you in a few. Catch you on the
All
other
right.
side.
Sounds good.
With a
Thank you.
fuller midsection.
Hey, Bridget, or is anyone host that's on right now? Hey, hey, Christine.
Hello.
I'm not sure who is actually host right now. But Bridget hasn't given me host controls or anything yet. So once she's back.
Yeah, it says that Bridget is host.
Okay. Oh, yeah. So when I think she stepped away for.
I'm here.
Oh, you're here. Hello.
Who should I make host?
So Christine should be host because she's going to do the breakout rooms, and then I should be a co-host.
I see that Suzanne Sternlicht is co-host. Is that a mistake?
I don't think, unless.
That is a mistake.
Okay.
All righty. So
That's
Christine is now host.
All right.
And I will make Suzanne not host. Not sure how that happened.
I'm not sure how that happened. I think I was just the first one on here.
Actually, I need one of you all to do it. There. Okay, you did it. Great.
Great. All right. I'm gonna I'll check the chat settings and things as well.
Hey, how are you?
You're muted, Bridget.
Hi, Christine.
Hi, how are you doing tonight?
I am hot. It is
Same.
really hot here. Is it hot where you are?
Pretty warm and it's gonna get warmer. Yeah, it's
Yep.
in the high 80s.
Same. And the smoke has started to come back. So
A little bit for us too.
yeah,
That was a
I know.
really nice like week and a half or so of like
was.
moderate air quality.
it was beautiful for the moment we had it.
I have my washcloth here to wipe my face.
Good. I do feel like I have a fan right on me, but I I went with the decision to close the windows because the smoke just got high enough. And I was
Oh
like,
dear. Yeah, I thought of having a fan, but I think it'd be too noisy. So that's not gonna work. So anyway,
get a nice glass of ice water with you.
this is a fast day, my dear.
Not-
Not that you shouldn't drink. You're not
No.
Jewish. You're not here to do the Jewish thing. But just don't suggest it to anyone else.
I will. Yep.
Although, I mean, the rule is if you don't feel well or there's any other medical reason, drink or eat. I mean, it's like a spiritual fast, not a make yourself sick fast.
Yeah.
So, and actually, it hasn't even, I realize Yom Kippur hasn't even started yet. I could get a glass of water. I think I'm going to get a glass of water.
Do it. Hi, person with the lovely bob, gorgeous silver hair, who is signed in under Bridget's account. Can you rename yourself with your actual name? Thank you.
It could get noisy in here if we all talked at once. We haven't been muted. Free for all.
Oh yeah, it's not muting on entry. Good call.
We won't get this chance again. Hi, Gary. You and I have a date tomorrow.
Hello, hello. I'm putting my name officially up there. Oh, that's all I want. Great.
And had you declared co-host, I guess you know that.
Hmm?
Your co-host, Gary. That's tomorrow, isn't it? You're
That's
not
tomorrow. I'm
Okay.
changing it.
Yeah. Hi, Gary.
Hello.
Tonight you should not be co-host.
I know, I'm changing the name right now.
Great. I always forget to put my pronouns in. I'm going to do that.
There we go.
I should just change it permanently And I keep forgetting.
Oh, it's lower though.
There we go. Hi, Jim. And I see Gary, who I said hello to, and let's see who else is here. Lori,
Hi, Rabbi Bridget.
hello. And let's see, this says, oh, that's Robin. Hi there. Can you change your name? I can't hear you. Robin and Dan.
We still can't hear you guys.
Terry? Nope, that's Bill. Bill and Terry, welcome. Joy Javits, welcome. And Joyce, and what, is that Paul?
Yeah, that's Paul, that's Paul.
Joyce and Paul, welcome. Jan King, I see the top of your head. Welcome. Is there a bottom half available or not right now?
Do this. Okay, that's good.
Yeah, no, that's good. I'm talking to Jan.
Yes,
Good.
I'm aware. Thank you.
I see Danita's home. I see, is that Margot? It says Margot. Is that Margot? I can't hear you. Host, can you help the person trying to speak whose name on there is Margot? Because we can't hear her.
Just prompted.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
Oh, I'm Alana's mother.
you're
I'm in New
Alana's
York.
mother. Okay.
Yeah, I'm in New York. It's 10 o'clock here.
Oh, okay. And what's
So
your
it's-
name?
Maryland.
Oh, Marilyn, right. I know you, Marilyn. You've been out to visit. Yeah.
Right. I can't come anymore, but I would like to visit.
Yeah.
But I'm here in New York where it's 10 o'clock here.
Got it. Do you mind if we change your name? Oh, great. There, they just changed your name, so it has your real name on it.
Oh, that's fine. Whatever you do is
Yeah, that
fine.
way people can say hello.
Okay.
Robin, thank you for changing your name there. Jan, thank you for joining us with your whole face. Great. Catherine, Sandy, I can't hear you, Jan, but feel free to unmute. Do you know how to unmute, Jan?
Yes,
Great. Hello.
I think I just did. Did you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you fine. Yeah.
Okay.
And let's see who else is here. Cedar, welcome, Cedar. And welcome, Judy. Welcome, Hope.
Hit mute again.
Robin, welcome. Robin, is Danny with you or you're just here yourself? Just you. Welcome, Danita. If anybody here is already fasting, please don't mind me. I'm drinking water up until Yom Kippur starts. It is really hot here. Anyone who would like to unmute and say hello, please feel free.
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Terry.
Now, who's that saying hello? Is that Terry?
Yeah.
Hi, Terry.
Hi, Bridget.
My flowers in the picture here. Ah, that's probably.
Hi. Hi, Rabbi Bridget.
Hi, Judy.
It's nice to see you.
You too. Are you in your house or outdoors?
I'm in my house.
How is it there? Is it really hot?
Yes.
go
You have
room.
But not so bad inside.
You have air conditioning on?
Well, we don't, but I don't think we have it on right now. I think we just turned it off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We try to have it on when we really have to have it, and then we turn it down.
Yeah. And it must be really hot where you are, because you're farther east.
Hi, Rabbi Bridget. I finally got it to work.
Oh, good. What was it you were trying to get to work, Robin?
I couldn't get it unmuted. I couldn't get the video, but it seems to be working now.
Good, good. Hi, Molly. I think the person without a name there is Janice.
And hello to everybody, including Joyce and Paul. Yes.
Hello, Rachel. And hello, people who I don't yet see here. Gary, Rosie, Esther, Josh, Terry. Hello, Mona, who I do see. Hello, Katie. Hello, Scott. Somebody's got is that a dog, I think? Rachel, you have a dog there? Oh, I think I see a whole family of 4 people there. Cora, Mir, Arusha.
Hi.
Hi, and is Sam there too? Oh, no.
I will stay. I will be staying. We'll see how long they make it. Yeah, we might.
Okay.
Hey, stop him.
Arusha? Arusha, do you want to wave hello? Hi.
Hello.
Hello, hello.
You want to say hi? Do you want to kick hello? No.
Hi, Sam.
Hey. That is not funny. We do not hit. Oh. He was successful in his. Yeah, you want to show her Con? This is Con, the condor.
Con the condor?
I have an elephant at home, but is not home.
What? Translate for me, Cora?
She said she is an elephant also.
Oh, okay. That's Arusha?
Yeah.
And Sam has a California condor here.
Got it.
I'm a condor.
You're
okay, condor.
Condor.
Welcome. Hi, Mike. Welcome. Is that Judy Stone? I see a J Stone there.
Hi, we're going to use mirroring my iPad to
Okay.
project this on the screen for everyone in
Okay.
our family, for
Okay.
Lynn and David. And okay. See if I
Welcome, Jess. Is that your talit I see? I can't tell. Is it a talit or a wet?
I thought you said that we weren't supposed to wear them in the evening, only in the morning services.
Erev Yom Kippur is the one night for wearing a talit.
Oh, all right. I should get it then.
Yes, I couldn't tell if it was a talit or a wet towel.
A towel.
Wet towel is good. But
Oh,
if you
this
want your
says
talit, you can get that as well.
mirroring in the bedroom. It doesn't offer me another place.
Charlotte, welcome. And let's see, I see Scott Williams' name there, but I see Sarah and David. Are you all at your Sarah's parents' house?
Yeah, we're distanced in 2 different parts of the yard.
Got it. Welcome.
Rabbi
My
Bridget,
microphone is now off.
can we ask Robin if she can say hello? She wants to make sure that her mic works.
Absolutely. Robin?
No, we can't hear you, Robin. I'm so sorry.
We have 2 Robins on here. There's Robin Blum and
Raymer.
Pardon?
Robin Raymer.
Yeah. Which Robin is trying to make sure her mic works?
Robin Raymer.
Okay. Huh.
Robin, why don't you, do you see the little microphone icon at the bottom of your screen? When you hover over it, do you see the little upward pointing arrow? Click on that. Click on test speaker and microphone. And then follow the instructions.
Hi, Bridget.
Welcome, Lindsay. Welcome, Joe. Welcome, Joan, Nancy, Stefan, Debbie, I think.
Yep.
Hi, Debbie.
We're sharing a little square.
Welcome, Alexis, Ellen, Nicole. Nicole, who's with you there?
This is my sweetheart, Dan.
Hi, Dan. Welcome.
Thank you.
Ruth, welcome. Renelle, welcome. If there's anybody who does not have your actual name up and would like to add it, that would be great so that we can easily say hello to each other. Welcome, Connie. Welcome, Adrian. And let's see, somebody just joined us without a name up there. Hello to people who don't have names up yet. Welcome, Bernadette. Welcome, Carol. Welcome, Ezra and Rhea. And let's see. Just looking for who else I haven't welcomed yet. Rhonda, welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah. Do you mind if your name gets changed to Rhonda so we know who you are?
Yes, I will do that. Thanks.
Thank you. Welcome, Steve. Steve, your mom is here. You may already know that. Welcome, Linda. Welcome, Judith with Renelle. I only saw Renelle's name before. Oh, that's Rosie Cohen. Great, you got your name up there. Thank you, Rosie. I said hello to you before, but your screen was not up at that time. Welcome, Dan. Welcome, Sarah Levin. Welcome, Sherry and Miguel. Oh, wonderful. Miriam, Daphne, Adil, welcome. I can't totally see, but Adil, are you there? It's a little dark. I can't quite tell. Yeah? Adil, do you mind unmuting for a minute?
Hello.
Hi there. Adil, I was so sorry that this year we didn't invite you to blow shofar because we had to invite somebody who already owns one, and I'm pretty sure you don't have a shofar. Is that true?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So next year, I am counting on us being together and you showing up and blowing the shofar for us, okay?
Definitely.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and this is my friend Aiden.
Aiden?
Hello.
Hi, Aiden. Did you come to High Holidays with us before?
I don't think so, no.
Okay, well, welcome. First time here. What'd you say, Adil?
I'll be part of the JCC.
Oh, great.
Great.
Let's see who else is here. Eric, Malka, welcome. Did you get your candle today? Yay. You won't need it yet, but I'm so glad. We can't hear you. You need to unmute, Malka.
Here we go. And we just had a lovely getting to know Joel a little bit.
Oh, that's great.
Very wonderful. Yeah, a little visit.
To explain what's going on, At the end of Yom Kippur, that's Monday at around 7:30, we do Havdalah, which is the ceremony for ending the holiday and moving back to ordinary time. And we decided it would be nice to have some people light Havdalah candles in their homes so we can visit them. And Malka and Eric agreed, but they didn't have a Havdalah candle. So our musician Joel bought a Havdalah candle and brought it over to their house. So that was nice.
It was very nice.
And just thank you for making that arrangement.
Sure.
Get another little detail to take care of.
Well, Joel did it, so that was very nice. Welcome, Yehudit. Welcome, Anna. I see you've joined Dan. Sarah, is that your mother-in-law there with you? Great. Hi. Welcome.
Judy.
Hello.
Hello there. You want to add Judy's name? Do you know
Yeah,
her? Sarah?
I'm trying to right now.
Yeah, that'd be great. Thank you. And I see it is 2 minutes after 7. Oh, and Nancy just let me know that your daughter Katie is joining from Arizona. Lovely. So do we have Joel on here, our musician? Uh-oh.
He's here. He just said he stepped away when I joined earlier. So
Okay, well, we need him back because it's 7 o'clock. So
Yes.
let's see, what should we do?
Okay, I'm looking at him, and he is just about to sit down and join us.
Oh, great.
Yes.
Is that Julie?
It is. Hi.
Hi, Julie. Julie is Joel's sister, so people know what I'm talking about here. I haven't seen you up here yet, Julie, but apparently you're here.
I'm here. You can't see me, huh?
Well, I have to go through the screen.
Okay. Okay.
Hi, Julie. I see you now.
Hello.
And I see Barbara Ansher joined us. I see Addie. I see Matthew. I see Jessica. Welcome, Jessica. Is your mom with you this time or no?
She is not with me this time. She is up in Seattle with the other sister.
Oh, good for her.
Yeah.
Well, welcome. Welcome, Norman. Welcome, Ralph. Welcome, Paul. Welcome, Rachel. And Dave. Welcome. Adriana, welcome. Betsy, welcome. So, Julie, why don't you give us a report on your brother?
He's here.
Okay.
Isaac! Isaac! Isaac!
Now, who is that yelling for Isaac?
That was Norman. He's fine now.
Okay.
My father.
Oh, no, stop.
I need Paul.
These are sick jokes about last week's Torah portion, and they're going to end right now. Welcome, Vanessa. I can't quite see who's there with you, if anybody, because it's dark, but if there's other folks there with you, welcome.
You want me to put the slides up now, Bridget?
Let's see here. Let me just give people an official welcome. I've just been saying hello, but we are now going to start our service. So welcome, everybody. Hello to everybody I didn't yet get a chance to say hello to personally. And I want to invite everybody who does not have your screen on, your video on, if you're willing to turn it on. And yeah, why don't you go ahead and put the slide up? Because if we can see you, that will be nice. If we can't, that's okay. But here is our virtual greeters. Here are a couple of our virtual greeters here to welcome you. And welcome from me and welcome from Joel, our musician. And just want to mention, if anybody needs to get up and move around, please feel free. And just so glad to have everybody here. And we really are here. Even though it's virtual, I do feel your presence. So let's begin our service. And we're going to start off with Hine Ma Tov, which we are going to sing together. And what we're going to do is hear 4 people in our community who pre-recorded this so we can feel the community singing together. And you can sing along with Joel and Sarah and Cheryl and Scott. How good it is to be here together.
הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד.
You can go ahead and take the slide down, Christine. Thank you. And I'm going to ask people to keep yourselves muted, except for times when you are purposefully speaking, if it's your turn to speak or we call on you. That way we won't get too many stray noises in here. So it's time to greet each other with a Yom Kippur greeting. And I have a few to share. And then what we did at Rosh Hashanah was we asked others who speak other languages to share a Rosh Hashanah Happy New Year greeting in their language. Tonight we decided to be a little wild and just see if a few people wanted to volunteer. So in just a moment, I'm gonna see if there's anybody who wants to offer a greeting in your language other than English. But first, I'll share a few with you. Probably, we all know not to say Happy Yom Kippur, although some people say that and they mean well by it, but it's not really the best greeting for Yom Kippur. So I would say it's still fine to say Shana Tova, which is Happy New Year. And then specific Yom Kippur greetings. One is Som Kal. Let's try that together. The first word is Som Kal. And that means that you have an easy fast. And then another one is, so that's Hebrew, of course. Another one in Hebrew is asking that we be sealed for a good new year. That the end of the holiday that started with Rosh Hashanah is completed for us with the entrance into a good new year. So that's two words. The first one means the end. So let's say it together. It's gamar. Gamar. And the second word is tov. Tov. So gamar tov. May you be sealed for a good new year. And then there's all-purpose greeting in Yiddish. Good Yontif. Good holiday. So that's everything that I am going to share. And I want to see if anybody here has another language in which you'd like to share any sort of greeting that would be appropriate for Yom Kippur, could be having easy fast, having a good new year, whatever you'd like. And if anybody is willing, what I want to ask you to do is either raise your hand and wave it around, and I will call on you. So let's try that one first. Alexis, great. Alexis, can you unmute?
Yeah, so this isn't, I wouldn't say this is my language, but I know American Sign Language. And so Happy New Year or Good New Year.
Oh, will you do it again so we can just watch more carefully?
Yeah, Happy New Year.
Ah.
Or you could do Good New Year.
Uh-huh. So the year is a cycle, is that right? The way you're,
That's
yeah.
right. Yeah. It's sort of like I think it's the Earth going around the sun, but it's easier than doing like this.
Yeah, wow. Just like how the round bread that we have for New Year is a cycle. So interesting. Thank you.
Yeah.
And greetings to your cat.
Thanks, that's Wendell.
So let's see. I can't necessarily see everybody, but I'm going to try to go through the screens and look. Anyone else want to wave your hand around if you'd like to offer a greeting? And when I said your language, it didn't have to be in your native language. It could be any language that you know. Do I see anybody? Not yet.
Betsy?
Ah, Betsy, great.
So I speak a little Spanish.
Okay.
Bienvenidos y un feliz año nuevo a todos.
Oh.
Welcome and Happy New Year to everyone.
Oh, thank you. Gracias.
De nada.
Yeah, that was lovely. Anybody else? Just continuing to look through here. If I don't see you, you can just unmute.
Catherine.
Catherine. Catherine, did you want to share something? There you are.
Yeah, I didn't say it. Okay. Bienvenue and bonne fête, which means welcome and happy holidays in French.
Thank you. Wonderful. Anybody else?
Oh.
Let's see, the Stroh family. Were you raising your hand? Stroh family, I can't hear you.
Stroh family, you are muted.
Okay, how am I doing now?
Good.
We hear you.
So believe it or not, no, okay. So in Romanian, the Strohs are like Smiths, even though I don't particularly ascribe to my Romanian ancestry, but it is the ancestry I come from. My parents are Romanian Jews, and they say Sărbători bun. May you have good holidays.
Ooh. Thank you very much.
Sure. Okay,
I am also Romanian on my grandfather's side.
Whoops. You got turned off again, Stroy, but we got the greeting. So now what I would like to do is let everybody have a chance to greet one another.
Rabbi, there's a man named Mike and his son. They've been waving their hands for a while.
Oh dear. Okay. Unmute.
Okay, hi everyone.
Hi everyone.
Hi, this is my son Isaac. I'm Mike, and we have some Chinese ancestry, and in Mandarin, our tones are not great, but Happy New Year is 新年快乐.
Wonderful. Isaac, do you want to say it with your dad?
新年快乐.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Great. I'm glad you kept waving. So now what we're going to do is we are going to have a chance to greet one another in small groups and to just introduce yourself. You can say Happy New Year. You can say Gamar Tov. You can say whatever you feel like to greet other people. And then just say a few words about what brought you here tonight. How did you decide to join us this evening? So the way that's going to happen is our two tech hosts are going to send us all into breakout groups. And so in just a couple minutes, you will be in a room with a few other people, and you'll be there for 4 minutes, and then you will come back. So no worries, you haven't been lost. Just wait a moment, and I will see somebody in a room, and you will see one another in rooms, then we'll be back together in 4 minutes.
Trina, if I couldn't find you fast enough to put you in an extra room, so you can just pop back in.
Right.
Here we go. Eliana, if you haven't been put into your breakout room yet, you can click more at the bottom of your screen with the 3 dots, or maybe a button that says breakout rooms, and you should see an option to join breakout rooms. Hey, I don't know if Eliana, oh, there, she did it, yay. I love it when people hear my instructions and actually know how to follow them. How you doing?
Yeah. Pretty good. I'm slowly getting hotter and hotter, and it's not my favorite, but
totally.
I'm glad I can at least drink water. I forgot that fast is also, I just didn't remember it also excludes liquids, you know.
That seems nuts. I mean, that, like, oh my gosh, this is still summer. It's at least summer weather in so many parts of the world. It feels like irresponsible not to drink water. I don't know what happened.
It is pretty intense to not do that, but
anywho, so how are we gonna, hold on, I just need to make sure that I don't lose track of.
it was 4 minutes this time, so.
Jeez, that time goes fast. Alexa, set a timer for 30 seconds. So how am I gonna get, I didn't open your email, but I saw enough of it in the preview to see that Google Drive wasn't gonna work. So
well, actually, I sent a follow-up email that what happened, I figured it out. I exported the presentation as image files and uploaded it as images. So you can't edit any of the text, but it's just a snapshot, so it works.
Yeah, why do I need to edit anything? That's perfect.
Yeah, it was like a weird moment of like, oh God, Hebrew is like weird and not behaving correctly. So the videos are very large, so I do recommend trying to load the presentation up before, just because one of the videos is like a gig, and I would just double check that it's all like a little bit buffered, because it should be fine, because it seems like the cloud magic is, cloud magic, so it should work. But I also linked you a folder on Google Drive that has the 3 videos and the original PowerPoint presentations that don't have the video in it. So just in case.
I might actually opt to do it that way, because I've just run into so many problems when you embed straight in. And I have
actually, it seemed to work very well, but the only problem that I found is when you're trying to present the Google, the slide things hides the buttons for the videos, but they're all set up to autoplay. So it is actually just set so that you get to there, it autoplays. It has like a moment where it goes black and like has to load up. And then when it ends, it goes to black. So you would just need to be kind of quick. Once it goes to black, switch to the next slide so it doesn't hang on a black screen for too long.
Okay.
But it seemed to work. It was one of those things where it could work, but if you do it yourself, you'll just download the presentation and then drop the videos into the correct spot. And I had to like resize the videos just slightly to get them to fit the screen, but not enough to cause any like rendering problems.
All right. Hey, when you share video, do you choose the option to optimize for video sharing?
I didn't last time, but I felt like I should have. But it was one of those things where it was like, nah, it's too late. I'm not stopping this and restarting.
I highly recommend. I didn't used to do that because I was told that, and it does take more like bandwidth from your computer, from your internet, from everything, and it results in a better like playback. So
yep, that makes sense.
All right,
and also,
they're coming back.
Okay, the audio again is about the same volume as it was before. So just your computer being at max volume is going to be what you need.
Okay, I'm going to let all these people back in.
Alrighty.
Welcome back, everybody.
Let us in.
Hello again, everybody. I just met some folks from New York. I hope you had a good time in your breakout groups as well. So we're going to move into our service now, and I'm going to ask our tech folks to bring up our next slide. From the place where we are right, flowers will never grow. In the spring, the place where we are right is hard and trampled like a yard. But doubts and loves dig up the world like a mole, a plow, and a whisper will be heard in the place where the ruined house once stood. And you can take the slide down. We're now going to come to the Kol Nidre, piece that people often remember for the haunting music, which is what we are about to hear. I also wanted to say something about what it's about. Kol Nidre, the words mean all vows. And this is an ancient request that we be absolved of vows we cannot keep. So it's a way to enter the new year feeling that we can have a clean slate. Now, it doesn't mean to just not keep vows and not do anything about it, because a core teaching of Yom Kippur is we need to work things out with other people involved. But if there's a vow you made to yourself that you couldn't keep, this is a way to let it go. And if there are vows you've made to others that you couldn't keep, it's an invitation to work that out with them. So we know there's always the possibility for change, always the possibility for doing things in a way that is more in line with our values and the people we want to be. So we are going to hear two instrumental versions of Kol Nidre. One is Stephen Cohen on saxophone. One is Yehudit Lieberman on violin. And then Joel is going to lead us in singing together. So I think for now, we could just go ahead and look at each other, and we'll listen to Kol Nidre and let those haunting strains speak to us.
And as our Kol Nidre slide comes up, I invite us all to rise in body or spirit. Kol Nidre is customarily said standing. In this Zoom world, again, as we said on Rosh Hashanah, if you're with us, rising can mean many things. It can mean straightening your legs and standing up. It can just mean bringing your full attention to the task at hand. So rising in body or spirit as you like, and feel free to join or to listen. Kol nidre vesare vaharame vekoname vechinuye vechinuse ushavut din darna ud ishtabana ud aharimna ud aharimna v'diasarna al nafshatana miyom kippurim ezeh ad yom kippurim haba aleinu letova ulhon iharatna b'hol kulhon yehon sharan yehon sharan shvitin metelin umvutalin la sheririn vela kayamin nidrana la nidre vesarana la esare ushvuatana la shavuot.
Time now to light our Yom Kippur candles. And we're going to visit a few homes of folks who are lighting candles with us. And if you have candles there, I invite you to get your candles and to light them. And then after everyone's candles are lit, we will join together in our blessing. So we are first going to visit Sherry and Miguel, Shelley Drobner and Miguel Espino. Hi there. Are you in your backyard? How
Yes,
lovely.
we are.
Must feel good out there.
It's nice.
Yeah. So if you want to go ahead and light your candles. And I wish you both a Gamar Tov.
See you too, Rabbi.
Yeah. Thank you,
Goodbye.
Sherry. Thank you, Miguel. And now we're going to go on to Alexis Hamill's house. No cat.
He's right over here.
I'm going to tilt my screen down a little. It's too hard to see my candles. Oh, well. Want to go ahead and light? Those look like they were handmade, those candle holders. Were they, Alexis?
No, we have some that Hannah made actually with Growing Together. But no, these ones we got for her baby naming ceremony.
Ah.
Yeah, and they're kind of hard to see, but they're, I think of Jerusalem.
Oh, wow. No, those don't look handmade the way I was thinking of it all. Yeah. No, those are lovely. Thank you.
Yeah.
So Gamar Tov to you and your family.
Thank you. Gamar Tov and Shana Tova.
Thank you. And by the way, Growing Together is our program for families, and that's what Alexis was talking about, where one of the things we do is make candle holders. So now we are going to go on to Lori and Jim's house. Hello there.
Hello.
What did you say, Lori?
I said, hi, Jewish gateways.
Hi, Lori. Hi, Jim. Can go ahead and light your candles. Looks like you have some beautiful flowers right next to you.
Yes, left from Jim's 70th birthday party.
Uh-huh.
Multi-purpose.
Wonderful. Gamar Tov and good holiday to you both.
And to everyone.
And now finally we're going to go to Steve's house. Hello there.
Hi, everyone.
It's so fun, Steve, that I know that your mom is on there too, you know,
Yeah.
so you're not in the same house.
We were here early. We were together earlier today, but
Oh.
not together for this.
That's so nice. Gamar Tov and a good new year to you, Steve, and to your family.
You as well.
Thank you. So let's go ahead and get our slide up, and Joel is going to lead us in singing in our high holiday melody as we enter into the special time of Yom Kippur together. So please join in.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Yom HaKippurim.
And now we'll go to our next slide, the Shehechianu, which is a blessing for having made it to this time, which is a big deal. We are here together. We made it through this crazy year, and we are here to do all we can to enter into a year that we are going to be the best people we can be in. So let's join together.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehecheyanu v'kiyemanu v'higianu lazeman hazeh.
And now in just a moment, we're going to join together in the Baruch Hu prayer. And I want to say, Joel, you're sounding a little fuzzy. I don't know if there's anything you or our tech host can do about it. A little staticky or fuzzy, something like that.
I was catching a little bit of that also during the Hine Matov. I will keep an eye on my levels. I'll bring them down a little bit. If it becomes difficult to hear me, someone please let me know.
Okay, and Christine and Katrina are tech hosts. If there's anything that you think should be done, feel free to do it or to communicate to Joel about it. Let's move on now to the Baruch Hu. The Baruch Hu is the prayer that calls us together and says, now let's join in together in prayer. So Joel and I are going to call out. First, we'll sing together the Kavanah or intention. Then Joel and I, as your service leaders, are going to call out to you, bless the infinite. And you are going to call back, blessed is the infinite. And this is our way of saying we're here, we're paying attention, we're ready to be together in prayer. And again, this is something like with the Kol Nidre, where traditionally you stand, but as Joel said, rise in spirit or in body, whatever you do that works for you, given all of our physical situations here in our homes. So let's join together.
And I'll do a tech note. Thank you, Katrina. My hands are full. Yes, my original sound is currently on, which is what we want. I think it's probably a matter of level if it's anything that I can deal with on this end.
Joel, you're very quiet. I don't know if you're trying to be quiet.
Well, I did bring my levels down because that's what may have been causing the staticky sounds.
Okay.
We'll have a whack at it and keep adjusting.
Okay.
It's a metaphor for life. Baruch Hu, dear one, Shekhinah, holy name. When I call on the light of my soul, I come home. Baruch Hu, dear one, Shekhinah, holy name. When I call on the light of my soul, I come home. Baruch Hu, dear one, Shekhinah, holy name. When I call on the light of my soul, I come home. When I call on the light of my soul, I come home. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Together we sing, Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Leolam Vaed.
Now we're about to join together in open up our eyes. This asks us to open our eyes and pay attention especially to the oneness that is there in the world, even despite all the divisions and acrimony. And then this will move us into the Shema, and that prayer also is a prayer about oneness and is asking us to listen. So we need to open our eyes, we need to open our ears, we need to listen for and look for all the connections that tie us together with all others on this earth.
There is a special thing that happens for Shema in some communities on Yom Kippur. This is one place where practice differs a bit among different communities. Among the liberal communities, particularly Reform, the second line of Shema, the line that reads Baruch Shem Kivod Malchuto Leolam Vaed, is frequently said out loud, although many communities are now, even in the Reform movement, beginning to say that in an undertone. In Orthodox and conservative communities, it's customary to say that in an undertone or a whisper on all days except Yom Kippur. On Yom Kippur, all communities say that second line out loud. So you'll hear me singing that real strong when we get there. Open up our eyes, teach us how to live, fill our hearts with joy and all the love you have to give. Gather us in peace as you lead us to your name, and we will know that you are one. Open up our eyes, teach us how to live, fill our hearts with joy and all the love you have to give. Gather us in peace as you lead us to your name, and we will know that you are one, and we will know that you are one. And on our next slide. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Vaed.
And you can take the slide down, Christine. We're going to take some time now for silent prayer. And I want to offer you a few options. In just a moment, we'll have a silent prayer for Yom Kippur that is going to go up on our screen. You, of course, are welcome to do your own praying, your own thinking, your own reflecting. And I wanted to offer one other option, which we don't usually have in services when we're together, but which is something we can do in this situation. And that is, I suggested to people that you have something to write with and something to write on. And if you did that, this is also time if you wanted to just reflect a little on paper, you could do that. So whatever is going to help you spend a few moments in prayer or reflection or thought or meditation on whatever is most important to you on this night right now of Yom Kippur. So we're going to take about 4 minutes or so in silence, and I'll ask Christine to put up our prayer. And if it is helpful to you to turn off your screen during this time, even if you've had it on, otherwise, please feel free. And we'll come back together in about 4 minutes and sing together. starting my video. We're going to join together now in Ose Shalom.
עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל יושבי תבל, ואמרו אמן. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל יושבי תבל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל יושבי תבל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. ואמרו אמן.
Nice to see everybody's faces again. In my first position as a rabbi, one of my responsibilities was to organize a group of synagogue members to help those who are ill or facing other crises. We had a few meetings and we set up a system, but then we ran into a problem we hadn't expected. Hardly anyone was willing to accept help. A committee member would call a family in which someone was ill and offer to bring food or help with rides. And almost every time the response was something along the lines of, "Thank you, but we're okay." I dug deeper to try to understand what was going on. And here's what I discovered. Many people were embarrassed to have others see them not at their best, or to say that they couldn't manage everything on their own. They were afraid of feeling indebted. If they accepted help, what would they need to do? How would they need to make it up? Needing help from others in their community seemed to be an admission of failure or weakness. This shouldn't have been such a surprise. We live in a culture in which we're taught to be self-sufficient and to strive for perfection. We like to prevent or fix vulnerability. Yet Yom Kippur pushes us to feel vulnerable. We're asked to step out of ordinary life for 24 hours, not to eat or drink, to spend long periods of time standing and chanting aloud about our wrongdoings as a community and as individuals. It's traditional to wear a white robe on Yom Kippur called a kittel that is also the shroud in which one will be buried. The prayers remind us again and again that life is fragile, that we can be here today and gone tomorrow, that we can rise all the way up or slide all the way down in an instant. I'm sure you understand the point of these traditions. Like the shofar, they call to us saying, pay attention. Each moment of your life is precious. Choose to make it matter. Or as one Hasidic rabbi put it simply, let us not die while we are still alive. We're here together on Yom Kippur, day of vulnerability, and it is like no other Yom Kippur we have ever experienced. We are already, before we even get here to Yom Kippur, highly aware of the uncertainty of life, of the extent to which so much is beyond our control. Some of us have carried this kind of awareness for years, perhaps because of our own encounters with hardships, or as a sensibility we have gained through spiritual practice. For others, this awareness has been driven into our hearts by the pandemic, the frightening news cycle, the realization that we could no longer take things for granted. Though vulnerability is frightening, it is what surrounds us. And this evening, I ask you to consider accepting and perhaps even embracing it. You may have heard of Dr. Brené Brown. She delivered a 20-minute TED Talk on the power of vulnerability that has been watched by over 10 million people. Here's a very brief summary. We fear vulnerability, but we should rethink our approach. For most of us, she says, vulnerability means uncertainty, risk, and emotional exposure. But she explains, what most of us fail to understand is that vulnerability is also the cradle of the emotions and experiences that we crave. It is the birthplace of love, belonging, joy, courage, empathy, and creativity. It is the source of hope, accountability, and authenticity. If we want greater clarity in our purpose or deeper and more meaningful lives, vulnerability is the path. Moments of fear and difficulty are also moments when we might reach out and be touched and strengthened by connecting with one another. But often we set up barriers. We are so afraid of the exposure and risk that our response may be not to reach out, but instead to work even harder to make it appear as though we're doing just fine. As Rabbi Brent Spodek puts it, most of us are not frauds. We don't perform a self entirely separate from who we know ourselves to be. I don't pretend to be a medical doctor, a sports fan, or a wine connoisseur. Those would be distortions of who I am. But many of us do perform the best version of ourselves. Not a false version, but subtly exaggerated. We present the triumphant version of ourselves, the successful version, the version we want to be true, the version worthy of being loved and adored. These triumphant versions of ourselves may seem appealing, but they are also obstacles to being with others in ways that can help us find the courage to push through our fears, to see possibilities, to act on our values. Being more open about who we really are, about the challenges we are grappling with, is scary. It is a risk. Our greatest fear is that others will notice our flaws and imperfections and reject us. And that does happen. But there are also many times that we are met with understanding and compassion. These past months have been painful and challenging as we and our loved ones have wrestled with illness, loss, financial instability, isolation, and uncertainty. But this time has also surfaced deep systemic inequalities in our country. It has pushed many of us to take action in ways we may never have before. And it has made it hard to claim, as did the synagogue members I spoke of earlier, I'm okay, we're okay, because although each of us is affected differently by what is happening in our country and in our world, none of us are okay. When we, the Jewish Gateway's leadership and I, realized that our high holiday services would need to be virtual, we worried that there might be technical problems that would interfere with people being able to watch and listen. So we planned to pre-record the services to try to prevent this. But as we talked and thought further, we realized that connecting with one another was far more important than avoiding technology glitches. So as you know, we're holding our services live. And we work to create ways for many people to participate in these moments. As we just experienced, visiting in their homes for candle lighting, inviting everyone to come to a small group with one another, asking people to lead a prayer. I felt the power of those connections at our Rosh Hashanah services in a way I had not expected. Many of you told me that you did as well. I think one of the reasons is that we know we need one another in a way we might not be so aware of or so willing to acknowledge in more ordinary times. The challenges we face are not ending anytime soon. I spoke at Rosh Hashanah about the need to accept the brokenness in our world and in our hearts. Tonight, I invite you to go a step further. That is to share our brokenness with one another, not in order to sink into despair, but in order to experience the healing power of being real, being vulnerable, acknowledging how much we need one another. In this way, we will strengthen each other so that we see beyond our fears, so we envision the world we want to live in, and so that together we can work for that world.
Shkoyach. We could do a show and tell on the Kittel.
What did you say, Joel?
We could do a show and tell on the Kittel.
Oh, you're wearing a kittel. Right, right, yes. And one other thought about a kittel, this white robe I talked about, they don't have pockets because I know this
Turn off your Bluetooth.
I know this sounds a little cliche, but we can't take it with us. In other words, here we are, making our choices and living our lives moment to moment. Thank you. So let's move into some of what we need for these vulnerable moments. And that's compassion, acceptance, love, forgiveness. We're going to sing together the words Adonai, Adonai. When Moses
Just a moment, sorry.
Was-
Speaking of imperfections and technical glitches, I am
Whoops. Not sure what happened with Joel there, but I'll just keep talking. When Moses was leading the Israelites after they came out of Egypt and they were no longer slaves, they were wandering in the desert, they were scared, they were vulnerable, and they were cranky. That was one way they expressed it. I'm sure some of us have done the same thing. And Moses said to God, I can't do this. I can't lead these cranky people. Please, God, let me see who you are. Moses needed some connection, some compassion, some reassurance to get through this. And Moses said, let me see you, God. And God did not let God's self be seen by Moses, if such a thing is even possible, but God called out, here is who I am. And so we're going to sing those words together now. They are here to let us know that changes we want to make, ways we want to forgive or be forgiven, people we need to reconnect with, all of this is more possible because there is compassion and love waiting here for us.
Adonai, Adonai, El Rachum v'Chanun, Erech Apayim, V'Rav Chesed v'Emet, Notzer Chesed l'Alafim, Nose Avon v'Fesha v'Chata'a v'Nakeh. Adonai, Adonai, compassion and tenderness, patience, forbearance, kindness, awareness, bearing love from age to age, lifting guilt and mistakes, and making us free. Adonai, Adonai, El Rachum v'Hanun, Erech Apayim, V'Rav Chesed v'Emet, Noser Chesed l'Alafim, Noser Avon v'Fesha, v'Chata'a v'Nakeh.
Strengthened by that sense of love and compassion that our tradition offers us, the divine offers us, that we can offer to one another, we come now to one of our confessions of wrongdoing, Ashamnu, and this lists our wrongdoings from, in the Hebrew equivalent, A to Z. And the idea is not that we've done everything wrong by any means. The idea is that we do not embarrass people by having them have to say their own wrongdoings separately. And also, this is a way for us to reflect on the fact that we all are responsible for one another, for trying to encourage one another not to do the wrong thing. So we'll join together now in singing the Ashamnu.
Ay, 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 Ashamnu, Bagadnu, Gazalnu, Dibarnu Dofi, Ay 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 Havinu Vershanu Zadnu Hamasnu Tafalnu Sheker Yatsnu Ra Kizavnu Latsnu Maradnu Saran niatznu sararnu yai ra rai rai ai 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 avinu pashanu sararnu kishinu oref rashanu shihatnu Ti'avnu, ta'inu, titanu. Yai, 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 ay, 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 ay.
I want to share now some of the things people in our community are regretting, wrongdoings, things that we want to change. You hopefully received, if you were on our mailing list, a link to use to anonymously write down and share some of your regrets. When we're together in person, we have a wall that we call the Torah of life, because we connect to Torah when we make it real, and regrets are a real part of life. And people post their regrets up there in such a way that they're anonymous. So this year, we are doing that virtually, and I've invited people to go ahead, think about what you regret, and I think writing it down can make it more real, more clear that this is something that you want to change. And it's also so helpful to see other people's regrets and know we're not alone. So I want to share with you now some of the things people in our community are regretting. And I invite you, I'll send out the link again after this service. I invite you to write things up that you want to say, or read things and or read the things that others have shared. Too little attention to my health. Attempting to fix ones I love. Taking too little rest. My rage at the intersection of HIV deaths, opiate overdose, COVID, and racism. Too much work. Not having enough compassion for myself. Having a short fuse with those I love. Being a perfectionist. Procrastination. Speaking more than I listened. Jumping to conclusions about others' intentions without acknowledging their struggles. Holding myself back from joy. Unkind speech to my husband and kids. And I bet many of us can see ourselves in there one way or another, and we're not alone. Let's read together now some of the wrongdoings listed in our prayer book, and they got there the same way, through real people sharing them, speaking them, passing down these words. I'm going to read to you in the Hebrew, and I ask you to respond reading in the English. For all of these wrongdoings, may we be forgiven, may we forgive ourselves, may we do the work necessary to clean things up, however that needs to be done. Ashamnu.
We have sinned against others.
let's start that again. Ashamnu.
If you have
We have
two
sinned
devices
against
in one
others.
room, you will probably get that echo sound. So if there's two devices, you can have them in two separate rooms or turn one of them off.
Bagadnu.
We have betrayed people who trusted us.
Gazalnu.
We have stolen people's money, time, or friendship.
Dibarnu Dothi.
We have used words to mislead, create barriers, and use as weapons.
He'evinu.
Our actions have led others to evil.
Dehir Shanu.
We have encouraged others to do evil.
Zadnu.
We have refused to admit we could be wrong.
Hamasnu.
We have manipulated others.
Hafalnu Sheker.
We prefer to believe lies rather than accept the truth.
Ya'atznu Ra.
We have been bad examples to others.
Hizavnu.
We have lied.
Latznu.
We have made light of the pain of others.
Maradnu.
We have created unnecessary strife.
Ni'atznu.
We have dishonored God in the way we live our lives.
Maradnu.
We have created unnecessary strife.
I'm sorry, I went back there. Avinu.
We have done what we knew to wrong to get what we want.
Ashtanu.
We have ignored the pain of others.
Sararnu.
We have oppressed.
Sinu Oras.
We have persistently done deeds that hurt ourselves and others.
Rashanu.
We have been violent.
Ichatnu.
We have let our impulses rule our lives.
Avnu.
We have degraded ourselves.
Ha'inu.
We have gone astray.
Titanu.
We have led others astray.
Now we're going to sing the words of forgiveness. And I'll remind people, I've mentioned it already, but important to remember that prayers and singing and participating in Yom Kippur do not take our wrongdoings away. What removes our wrongdoings is, in addition, working things out with people we have harmed and figuring out the steps that we can take to do better in the future and the support we need to do that and asking for it.
For all of these, we ask one thing of you. Forgive us, return us, grant us life anew. grant us life anew. Ve'al kulam Eloah selichot Salach lanu Mechal lanu Haper lanu Salach lanu Mechal lanu Haper lanu.
Now we come to Avinu Malkeinu. More about the compassion we need to come closer to being the people we want to be. And Joel, I have a request for you.
Yes.
Tell me if this is okay, because I don't want to spring it on you and have you feel that you need to say yes if it's not. For me, at least, your guitar is so fuzzy that it's really getting in the way. And I wonder if you would be okay doing a cappella some.
How is that for other folks? Is that happening for other folks?
Could you take the slide down, Christine, and let's just get people to, I'll ask, so who's finding the guitar really fuzzy? If you are, please wave.
Guitar is very fuzzy and your voice is so low that we can hardly hear you. So you need to, was thinking maybe simply sing into your computer. Like everybody else is very clear. But Joel, you're very, very not there.
That's Scott, right?
Yes, that is.
I hear you fine.
This is Jim. I hear you perfectly fine.
Wow.
Yeah.
I hear you fine.
I hear you fine, Jim.
I hear you fine.
I hear it fine.
You're fine. You're very quiet for us.
If you
And
tune,
then-
it sounds tinny.
This is Nora. I
Tinny
love
and fuzzy.
acapella. Voice too soft, guitar okay. No
And I got
fun.
a note from.
Yeah.
You're muted now.
Well, as they say, 150 Jews, 250 opinions.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to let you decide what you want to do, because obviously different people's internets and computers and all of that are managing things differently. So
I'll do a little of everything, and that way,
all right.
hopefully everybody will get a little something, and just like in real life, no one will be happy all the time.
But we're all here,
We're all here.
and that's what matters.
Amen.
Okay, so let's move on to Avinu Malkeinu, where we were about to go before we had this little conversation. Again, more compassion, help as we try to become the people we mean to be.
Avinu Malkeinu Chonenu v'aneinu Avinu Malkeinu Chonenu v'aneinu Ki en banu masim Avinu Malkeinu Chonenu v'aneinu Avinu Malkeinu, Chonenu va'anenu, Ki en banu masim. Aseh imanu, Tzedakah v'chesed. Aseh imanu, Tzedakah v'chesed, V'hoshienu. O Mother and Father of life, please hear us and give us our grace. O guide deep within us, O hear us and give us compassion and mercy and peace. O guide us through your grace. justice and mercy to all. Oh, guide us and teach us, grant justice and mercy, we shall be free once again. Avinu Malkeinu, Chonenu V'aneinu. Avinu Malkeinu, Chonenu V'aneinu, Ki Ein Banu Masim.
And now we'll move to the next slide, where we see some words that we will speak about Avinu Malkeinu. And Gary Jaron is going to offer a couple of his thoughts about this prayer and then lead us in reading it.
The prayer of Avinu Malkeinu is evocative, inviting, powerful with memories that come down from the ages. A lovely melody. Yet the phrase, when translated, has begun to trouble me. Our Father, our King. Don't think I want a God that is a king. Our ancestors, Abraham and Isaac, knew God as king, knew that power. Avinu, our father, and Imanu, our mother. Our own translation moves towards those metaphors. I like that. I want a God more like, to paraphrase the prophet Micah, one who knows what is required of her, one who will do justly, love mercy, and walk humbly with her people.
Will you lead us, Gary?
Okay. Our parent, our source, our father, teach us how to make this year a new beginning. Our mother, teach us how to grow from the harshness of life. Our source and our destiny, teach us to accept what we are powerless to change. Our guide and our truth, teach us to change what must be changed. Our father, teach us how to face disease and death. Our mother, teach us how to enjoy the gifts of life. Our source and our destiny, teach us how to make peace with our enemies. Our guide and our truth, teach us how we can best embrace our heritage.
And we sing again.
Aseh imanu. On the next slide. Tzedakah v'chesed. Aseh imanu tzedakah v'chesed ve'hoshienu. Our mother and father of life, please hear us and give us your grace. Oh, guide deep within us. Go hear us and give us compassion and mercy and peace. Oh, guide us through your grace, justice and mercy to all. Oh, guide us and teach us, grant justice and mercy, we shall be free once again.
We move now from our special Yom Kippur prayers to the Aleinu, which comes close to the end of most services. And Dan Bodner is going to offer a couple thoughts that he has on this prayer and then lead us in reading it. And then we will continue on with the second half of the prayer, which we will sing together.
Shana Tova, everyone. I
am honored to be selected to read this. My thoughts about it are that it is important for all of us to take responsibility for the world that we live in and the world that we find ourselves in, and to take it upon ourselves to contribute in whatever ways that we can to improve the world as we find it. And I've found in my own life that as I grow in age and maturity, it gets easier to practice improving the world and to be impactful in some ways small and large. But I think it's important to try and to make it an actual practice in our lives to find ways to improve our situations, our loved ones, and the larger community. And I will read now. It is up to us to hallow creation, to respond to life with the fullness of our lives. It is up to us to meet the world, to embrace the whole, even as we wrestle with its parts. It is up to us to repair the world and to bind our lives to truth. Therefore, we bend the knee and shake off the stiffness that keeps us from the subtle graces of life and the subtle gestures of love. With reverence and thanksgiving, we accept our destiny and set ourselves the task of redemption.
We sing together on the following slide, Rising in Body or Spirit. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא ככתוב בתורתך אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד.
And go ahead and take the slide down. Thank you, Gary, and thank you, Dan. And now I'm going to invite Bonnie Roditi, who is going to make some announcements and share some of her thoughts about Jewish Gateways, what's coming up, how all of you can be part of our community in new ways or ongoing ways. So Bonnie. Hello there.
As Bridget said, my name is Bonnie Roditi, and I am one of the members of the steering council.
Bonnie?
Yeah.
You're very fuzzy.
Oh, shoot. Let me see if I can bring this closer to me. Is that better?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to kind of look funny, but okay. My name is Bonnie Roditi, and I'm one of the members of the steering council. I'm so happy to see everyone here and really want to express some gratitude for the participation of everyone. Those of you who led prayers, gave us teachings, and those of you whose faces I just got to see means a lot. And as a steering council, as Bridget said, we were pretty nervous thinking about this year's high holidays. How would it be online? Would we feel a sense of community? Would people come? With all the online offerings that were available, would people choose ours? And I think what happened was that the value that Bridget and Joel and our community provide came through, and people participated. The participation was even better than our expectations. So I'm very happy about that. And every person who participates brings with them meaning and their own spirit. Our community is strong and our community is generous, and I'm grateful for that. Today, I'd like to talk about community, a little bit like what Bridget was talking about from a slightly different angle. And I want to begin with some reflections about my father. I've been thinking about him a lot this year because this is the first year that I've marked the high holidays without him. My dad his Judaism was incredibly important to him. He wasn't a religious scholar. He was all about feeling and community. He attended Torah study every single week, even though he was practically deaf and couldn't hear the presentations. He sang the prayer melodies even when dementia took away his cognition. All of these things brought him back to sitting on his grandfather's knee in shul and to being part of the community he loved. A quote from Rabbi Deborah Waxman that I read recently describes this kind of connection. I belong to the Jewish people because claiming this connection enters me into a millennia-old conversation and joins me into a community both vertical, all those who came before me and all those who follow, and horizontal, the Jews of today in all our rich and sometimes maddening diversity. In his Judaism, my dad felt connected to people both past and present, and people were what he loved. I don't think that there has been a time in my own life when community took on more importance. We're feeling unmoored. The presence of the pandemic, social unrest, and environmental upheaval are weighing on all of us and eating away at our sense of security. Our inability to gather in person adds to our feelings of loneliness and despair. This is when we need community most. One of my favorite scholars, Rabbi Jonathan Sachs, states, community is the human expression of divine love. It is where I am valued simply for who I am, how I live, and what I give to others. It is the place where they know my name. The practice of Judaism has been built on the idea of community. A minyan is required for prayer, and we mark life's milestones, including birth, death, and marriage, as a group. Even the Avinu Malkeinu, one of the central prayers of our service, pleads to our parent, our source, not my parent. So if communities are so important to our well-being, how do we ensure that they exist? It is not possible to build community in a moment. Communities are built over time. When moments of great sadness or joy occur, we cannot immediately form a supportive group to celebrate or mourn with. The group must already exist. After Rosh Hashanah, we received great feedback about our services. People told us that the services had made them feel accepted and not alone. So I want to thank everybody for creating this community, for participating in whatever way you can. I encourage you to explore Musar, Torah study, and other offerings to see what creates value for you. And as the resident bean counter on the steering council, I must encourage you to support Jewish Gateways financially. Although we are so grateful for what you have already done, we are ever cognizant of our long-term sustainability. so that our community can be there when it is wanted or needed. As I said, communities are hard to build and can't be built instantaneously. So we must focus on keeping our successful community growing. We are a very lean organization, run to a great extent through the efforts of our wonderful volunteers. But we need to provide Rabbi Bridget with a living wage and to support our ongoing programs. So if you can, please think about an additional gift. In closing, I want to wish all of you a meaningful year. In this time of great difficulty, may you find ways to create positive change and even to experience joy. Shana Tova to all. And now I have some announcements. I hope you can hear them when I read them. Sorry about all the shaking of the computer. Again, I want to thank Rabbi Bridget and Joel for the beautiful service and all the participants, really. We had over 80 members of our community who helped to create this experience. This is really a group effort. Thank you so much to the tech people who worked miracles to make this run smoothly. Tomorrow at 9 a.m., we'll have a family service for children under 10 and their families. Our Yom Kippur morning service will be at 10:30 a.m. At 1:00 p.m., join us for a discussion on becoming the person you mean to be. Jewish Gateways participants will share their experiences with a transformative spiritual and ethical practice from Jewish tradition called Musar, followed by questions and open discussion with them and Rabbi Bridget. At 6 p.m., we will gather for our healing service, followed by the Yizkor service or memorial service at 6:30, and the Nila or closing service at 7:30. If you like anything that touched you about these services or the community, I invite you to check out some of what we offer throughout the year, including Jewish ethics groups, exploration of the Torah, conversations towards racial justice, and family learning. We will also be organizing other activities based on interests. We'll email you within the next several days to see what you might want to participate in, so please watch for the email. Thank you again so much for being here.
Thank you, Bonnie. I see people doing things that look like waving. And for anyone who doesn't know what that is, that's a sort of messy version of American Sign Language applause. So people are saying, thank you, Bonnie. We so appreciate what you just shared. And also, I think I gave Bonnie the wrong time for the Ne'ilah or closing service. It starts at 7 rather than 7:30. I think I mistakenly wrote down 7:30. And all of our service times are on our website, so you can always easily look them up. In just a moment, we're going to be saying the Kaddish, the memorial prayer for those we have lost. And then we will join together in the song Chazak, which is about strengthening one another. And then we will have a chance for breakout groups for people who'd like to be in a small facilitated group for a short time to just share anything that is your responses to the new year, your hopes for the new year, your thoughts about the services, anything that you'd like to have a little time to talk with others about and meet people or see people you already know. So before the Kaddish, it's traditional to offer the names of people you are remembering. And I want to invite anybody who would like to go ahead and unmute yourself and share those names. We won't hear everything clearly, but we'll hear some of it and we will all know that we are here to support one another as we remember those we have lost. So please feel free to unmute yourself and offer names.
Ida Rosen.
George Plotkin,
Van
Trotter,
Wayne and Louis Schwartz.
Sadie Fine, Fine, Fine.
Grace Rachel,
Gloria Ginsburg,
Galinsky,
Clyde Goodman.
Gary Post.
Jacob Gordon and Judith Gordon,
Harry Totter,
Dean Hahn, Naomi Bird,
Juliet Greco.
Irvin
Levitt, Don Bielenberg,
Lawrence Goodman.
Charlotte and Irvin Levitt.
Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
Who?
Sadie Fine, Hi Fine, Steve Fine.
Yeah.
James Spazzato,
Don Malcolms.
Let's go ahead and join in the Kaddish. Let's join in the Kaddish. And I want to mention that the words in bold are there for those who are not saying Kaddish for someone to say in response to those who are. So it's a way of offering support and comfort to those who are remembering someone they've lost. So even if you're not reciting the whole Kaddish, please join in on the parts in bold. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah.
Amen.
Bama bama divra chirute yamlich malchute b'chayachon uv'yomechon uv'chaye dechol beit Yisrael bagala uvizman kariv v'imru amen.
Amen. Yehei Shemech
Shemei
Rabba
Rabbah
Mevarach.
Yivarach le'olam
La'alam
v'amen
ul'alamei alamaya Yitbarach.
Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yithadar v'yitale v'yitalal shmei dekudesha b'ruchu le'ela le'ela mikol birchata v'shirata tush bechata v'nechemata da'amiran be'alma v'imru amen.
Amen.
Yehei shlama rabba min shamaya v'chaim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen.
Amen.
Ose shalom bimromav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'al kol yoshvei tevel v'imru amen.
Amen.
May the source of peace send comfort to all who are bereaved. And let's say together, amen.
Amen.
It's time to sing about strengthening one another. Chazak, chazak, v'nit chazak. Let us be strong and strengthen each other.
Be strong and let us strengthen one another. Be strong and let us celebrate our lives. Be strong and let us strengthen one another. Chazak, chazak, v'nit chazak. Chazak, chazak. V'nit chazek. We gather here from near and far to raise our voice in song. And the more we join in the refrain, the more we feel strong. Chazak, chazak, v'nit chazek. There is a power in this place and time.
that shapes the rest of our lives. For when we return, each year we find a truth we can't deny. Be strong and let us strengthen one another. Be strong and let us celebrate our lives. Be strong and let us strengthen one another. Chazak, chazak, v'nitchazek. Chazak, chazak, v'nitchazek. As we sing, we link ourselves to those who came before. And we're all one with all those yet to come. Our strength, it will endure. Be strong and let us strengthen one another. Be strong and let us celebrate our lives. Be strong and let us strengthen one another. Chazak, chazak. Be strong and let us strengthen one another. Be strong and let us celebrate our lives. Be strong and let us strengthen one another. Chazak, chazak. Be strong, be strong. Chazak, chazak, v'nitchazek.
I'm just going to take a moment to appreciate all these faces, all of us here together. I wish everyone a restful night, peaceful night, and hope to see many of you here tomorrow at one time or another, 9 o'clock for our family services, 10:30 morning services, and then let me make sure I get my time right. 6 o'clock, let's see, 6 o'clock? I get this mixed up every time. Joel,
Yes,
do you remember? 6 o'clock for our
1
healing.
o'clock. I think let's go back. 1 o'clock for Musa, right?
1
Is it 1
o'clock
for Biku?
for our discussion about becoming the person you want to be. And then 6 o'clock for our healing service, 6:30 for our Yizkor or memorial service, and 7 for our Ne'ilah or closing service, which will end with Havdalah. Thank you for sharing this evening with us. And I would like to invite everyone who'd like to just hang around for a few moments, and then you will be moved into a small group with a facilitator if you'd like to just spend a little bit of time with some of the people you've shared this Erev Yom Kippur with. And if not, you can just get off whenever you are ready. And good night. Be well, and I will see many of you tomorrow.
And Rabbi Bridget, I think we can maybe join breakout rooms. We'll stick around and just do a quick
Hey folks, if you were not automatically moved into your breakout room, you can click at the bottom of your screens. Either it'll say breakout rooms, or maybe you'll see more with 3 dots. you can click on that button, either more or breakout rooms, and you should see an option to join breakout room.
It's like,
Al, are you there? Al Whitman?
I think Al last time also stuck around, if I remember correctly.
Got it. Oh, such a dumbass. I was screwing around with my backgrounds earlier. Oh, sweet Jesus.
Hanging from the ceiling.
So silly. I'm so silly. Okay, there. I fixed it. Okay, I just made sure that I could access all of the links that you sent me for tomorrow's stuff. I did not get a chance to get in touch with Bridget about, oh, look at that. Awesome. We had a lot of people stick around this time.
Yeah.
Not as, the rooms are very uneven because I put them in there and then a bunch of people left. So there's like a room with 12 people and there's a room with 3 people.
Yeah, it seems like people, the time that they're leaving, it's hard to tell exactly.
Yeah.
How long they stick around.
Yeah, and it was running so late that I didn't want to, the people who did want to go into breakout rooms, I didn't want to make them wait forever just to like figure it out and make them even. So hopefully everyone will be okay.
They will all cope one way or another.
Yeah.
I think it went really well again. What do y'all think?
Yeah, I thought so too, except the weird thing with the guitar. Were you all hearing it or no?
Nope, no buzz for me, just quietness. I think it has to do with individual people's speakers and all that, like different variables.
Lori, we're just doing a little sound
Lori,
session.
are you trying to figure out how to leave?
I think I got it.
Okay.
Well, get me out anyway.
Okay. Have a great night.
Okay, thank you.
So the guitar sounded okay to you all?
Yeah, just it was a little quiet for me, but my speaker isn't the best. If I had headphones in, I think it would have sounded great.
Yeah, I think it was just quiet for me. I heard a little bit of fuzziness earlier on, but when he fiddled with it, it was okay for me at that point. So
who knows? I won't worry about it.
Yeah, that's a hard one. I think it might have been internet connection. Maybe his was different this time. So sometimes there's just a delay in the sound or something, because it sounded to me like there were moments where it wasn't. It was trying to get there, and it didn't quite. So, but I still think it sounded nice.
Good. Well, I don't know. Everything seems fine. I don't really have anything to say except thank you.
Yeah. Good.
So is this tomorrow? It starts at 10:30, but am I supposed to be on a half hour early again at 10?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. We do everything half an hour early to let people get on and do sound check and all that. So,
and since you're the host, you'll start the call and then let me in and give me the host.
Yeah. Tonight I started it early just because I started at like 6:20 or something, and there are already people trying to get on. They're wild. So I accidentally made one of them co-host, and then we figured that out. So who's helping you tomorrow, Christine? What's the name of your person?
Eric, someone Eric is my partner, but also someone who works with me in my organization and who I train on tech stuff. So I trust him implicitly, and also like having someone who's sitting right next to me will be
great.
extremely valuable, so that like we can communicate very easily. He's like me, new to charging for this kind of stuff, so very open to whatever's in your budget.
Okay.
He'll be there, so.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So anything else we need to talk about, or maybe that's it?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I mean, it's running pretty smoothly now.
Yeah.
Yeah, we figured it all out.
So Katrina, we'll see you tomorrow at 5:30. Is that right?
Yes, that sounds right.
Yeah. All right.
And Hillary will join me for that. But it seems like a simpler service in general, no breakout rooms or anything. So
yeah.
it'll be quite easy. So.
Yeah. Wow, look at all those people who are still here. Oh my gosh. I just got made host, so I saw that big old list. So I guess, do I just need to sit here until everybody leaves? I guess I do, huh?
Yep.
Yeah. If you just
join
hang
a
out
room,
in the
though.
main room. Oh, go ahead, Katrina.
You could join a room.
Well, you know,
it would mean that there's no one. So when people leave, they come back to this space and then go. So you could kind of go from room to room and say hello and then come back to the main room and see if anyone's here and needs help and then go to a new room and come back. Just because it's nice to help people who get back here and be like, wait, now where do I go?
so I'll just sit here because actually the room I got sent to, that everyone was talking to me. And I said, well, I'll be quiet and you all go ahead and chat. And the facilitator said, oh no, I feel like I didn't do my homework and the rabbi's here. And I mean, I know him. He's sort of mostly teasing, but still I said, okay, I got to go have a tech meeting anyway. So I actually think it's better if I'm not in the rooms because then you get
and
it.
then you can kind of say goodbye to everyone as they leave, which is also kind of nice. So.
Yeah.
And if anyone's having a really good discussion and their internet cuts out and they have to be let back in, you can help reassign them. Do you know how to reassign people to a breakout room?
Let me look and see. So they would show up here.
If you go to the top of the list, do you see me as being unassigned?
Right,
So
yeah.
you would hover over my name and you'd see an option to assign me to a particular room. So you could ask the person, like, which room were you in? Like, who was in your room with you? And then figure it out and put them there.
Okay. Oh my gosh, there's so many people here. Wow.
I know it's so many more than the last time. It was really exciting how many people stuck around.
Yeah, I actually think it might be because we switched to breakout rooms more quickly this time, and so
didn't give time.
People didn't have that awkward moment of like, nah, I'll just leave. Whereas they got stuck in a breakout room and they're like, I
don't want to be rude.
Yeah.
Well, also probably the second time is less, embarrassing.
Yeah.
Because I mean, who knows what it's going to be like? The whole thing is so strange,
Yeah, it's true.
I mean, they're used to having services outdoors beneath a tent, not even in a building. Here we are on a screen. So it's
stuck inside with smoky hot outdoors. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, and if someone can't get out, like Lori was just saying she couldn't get out, I just hover over them and click whatever I need to and they'll go. Oh, hello. Hi, Nicole. Good night. Hi, Rachel and Basil. Good night. If you're saying, hi, Sherry.
If they can't get out.
What's that?
What do you mean if they can't get out?
Oh, well, like Lori didn't know how to leave.
Ah, right.
So just hover over her and send her out.
You can either, hi Sherry, you can either click on the 3-dot box in their video and remove them, or you can just give them instructions on how to leave.
Okay, no problem. Okay, thank you, Christine.
Have a great night. I'll see you in the morning.
Okay.
I'll also head out.
Good night, Joy. Good meeting you.
Night, Bridget.
I just want to say good night and thank you so much for wonderful service.
You're welcome, Sherry. Thanks for being part of it.
We'll see you tomorrow.
All righty.
Bye-bye.
Good night. Hi, Dave.
And Molly, thank you.
Hi, Molly. So Dave just left and you're replaced her?
I think she just took a Jess, Dave, you're muted, but there's Jess.
Yeah, she was just in the other room briefly.
I'm just teasing. It was just funny.
She's always looking for a way to get out of.
I've already put in the request for Jupiter and/or Saturn to join us whenever possible.
Yeah,
Joel has been talking
about very
about
excited for the next children's service.
Oh.
Well, now that I'm over here at Julie's, maybe Luna will join us here too. That's Julie's kitty.
Joel has been talking about your cats, definitely, Jess.
They had a lot of fun at the children's. Well, I had a lot of fun at the children's service too. I was like, can I come to these even if I don't have a human child?
There are some adults.
The 4 feet count.
There are some adults who like to go to the children's service without the kids just because it's fun. So, I mean, there really are people who say that and really do come. So, here we go. Hello, cutie.
Oh, wait a minute. Look who's coming in.
Oh, no, it's a cat.
Hi,
Julie.
Are you, wait, you guys don't live together normally though, do you? Or
No, we don't. However, Julie has volunteered. She has, oh, lunars. She has, since she has air conditioning, she offered that I stay here during this hot, fast day, especially since my apartment tends to get about 15 degrees hotter than the outdoors when it gets hot. So it actually would have probably been a not safe fast.
makes
Hey,
sense.
you must be in your new house, Jess and Dave.
Yeah,
We
we just
are.
moved. Yeah.
Does it feel really strange to be moving in this time?
Yeah, it's definitely weird. It's weird that we can't have anybody come over for like months.
Yeah, no housewarming, yeah?
Yeah. Hi, Sherry. We're just here as people.
I went the wrong. went the wrong exit.
You're saying goodnight as people come through.
This is just like.
Good night. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Good night.
All right. Well, we should let you guys retire.
Yeah, we don't want to keep you any longer.
But we'll see you tomorrow.
Has everybody, have all the breakout rooms closed down?
I don't think so. I'll check and see. So come to any children's services you want, Jess, and bring your kitties if you want.
Bring the kitties.
All right, we'll do.
Good night.
Tomorrow. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Bridget, do we need to check in on anything?
Wow, wait a minute. Maybe everybody's gone. Oh my gosh, I think they are. Wow. Oh no, they're not at all. Oh my gosh. Okay. We still have a ton of people in breakout groups. Okay.
Here comes Joyce.
Hi, Joyce. You're just
Now it really is Joyce.
You're just coming through the main room on your way out.
You're also muted if you're speaking to us. We don't hear you. Oop, bye.
Nope, that was the end of that. Okay. I still need to find a story. So let's see. I guess that is what I'm going to go do now. Hi, Ruth. You're just coming through the main room here on your way out. If you want to unmute and say hello, feel free.
Hello, I'm trying to leave and.
Oh, there she
And
goes.
you left. Yeah, if you, there's actually is a way to leave the meeting straight from the breakout room, but I guess people don't. I've actually hit that button by mistake and left the meeting entirely when I just wanted to come back to the main room. I am going through my very short list of stories in my head, and nothing is coming up around Yom Kippur.
Yeah, don't worry. I'll find something. I want to use something that has to do with the shofar if I can. I'll find something. It's not a big deal.
Yeah. Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Hopefully you got my email earlier.
I did. It was so sweet.
After Yontif, I'm quite serious about this.
Alrighty.
I feel like I always, if my calculations are accurate, I think I owe Jewish Gateways some time.
So you keep track of your hours?
No, it's estimate. Just just back of the envelope, on so to speak, and I don't think I've lowballed myself much, if at all. So
good. I just had this general impression you were doing a ton of work. So.
Well, 50 hours isn't a small amount.
Yeah.
By any stretch, but it's if you do the math, that's still $90 an hour. So I'm much more comfortable. I'll let you pay me 50, but.
Okay. Well, I have a really sore throat at the moment.
Uh-oh.
So I should stop talking.
Yeah. Are you going to be able to rest a bit?
Could I make you host and could you just let people out? Because if I go off as host, it'll close the whole thing down.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, there is something you could do for me that'd be great.
Sure. Now, is there anything I need to know about that?
If someone accidentally comes out of their breakout group and didn't mean to and wants to go back in, do you know how to see where breakout groups are?
I have a breakout rooms button at the bottom of my screen.
Click on that.
Because I'm not a host yet, it says which breakout room I've been assigned to, but that's all it gives me.
Okay, just a minute. Let's see here. Okay.
Okay, so now I guess I'm host.
So now you see how many people are there. So what you need to do is stay here until they're gone.
Okay.
Otherwise, it closes this thing down. And if anyone comes out of a room and says, oh, I meant to be in that room, which seems unlikely at this hour, you can send them back by clicking next to their name and indicating which room they're supposed to be in by clicking.
Right.
But I don't
So
think that's
I
gonna happen.
see, and I just seen a couple people coming
Hey,
in and
Dave.
out. We are breakout room 1, breakout rooms 2, 3, and 8, I think, are active.
Okay. We were just sitting here talking, you know, planning stuff, Dave, and we are now the what is it? We're the main room people go through. So
Well, I just want to say thank you so much, people, for providing the rest of us such a lovely service. And everyone went around the room saying the same thing.
oh,
Thank you.
that's so
Yeah,
nice.
it was a very warm service, and the breakout room reflected that. Everyone just wanted to give everybody a virtual hug.
Oh,
I'll bet.
that's so great. I'm so, so glad. Well, thank you for being a facilitator, Dave. Hopefully once I left, it got easier.
With that group, it didn't need a facilitator.
That's really
Everybody
nice.
tomorrow.
Okay, good night.
Night.
Good night, David. Okay, Bridget, you were released.
All righty.
Catch you. Yeah, right.
Okay, so I'm going to choose a, I'm going to choose a story, and then I will communicate with you by, are you checking email or should I do text?
Regarding
Just
the
to
story?
say I have a story about this because we were going to pick a song based on it.
Oh. Wow, that may be tricky for me, actually.
Okay.
Because it was going to, but it's going to involve a shofar, right? So we were going to do shofar blast, I think.
But we were going to do one other song.
Where are we? Okay. Let me check my outline.
So what it is that last time after the story, we did Apples and Honey, the Apples and Honey song.
Right.
And so this time, if we want to do the shofar song after the story, we'll need a different song where shofar blast goes. Or we'll need a song after the story that's not shofar blast. Hello, Laurie. Hello, Elizabeth. Hello, Elaine. Laurie, if you're talking, I can't hear you. You need to unmute.
Yeah, I know you're unmuted in your breakout rooms, but when you come back here, you're muted again.
It did happen. Well, now I can hear you so much better. What? This is crazy.
The vagaries of tech.
Is it from having so many people on?
What's that, Laurie?
I wondered if it was from having so many people online at once.
Are you talking about Joel here?
Yes.
Well, you know, I don't understand it because a lot of people, it sounded fine to them and it didn't to me. Hi, Dan. You're in the main room. That's where you are. Hi, Cora. Hi. Hello, everybody. You're in the main room. Good night. So it was sounding funny too, Laurie?
Yes, your voice was very muted. And the guitar wasn't so bad for me, but your voice was
Okay,
almost,
my voice.
Yeah.
How about at the end? Because I readjusted the mic to emphasize voice and
Hi, Cheryl.
de-emphasize the guitar a bit.
It got better. I would say it
Okay.
got better, but it wasn't ever as good as it is right now, Joel.
Well, of course, I'm only speaking right now. I haven't moved the mic a bit since the last song.
Wow.
I give up. And you know, at the beginning, Christine chatted me and said, audio is so much better than last week. It's just all over the map. I think there's gremlins or demons or something that are out there and getting into the intertubes and messing with our signals at different times.
Well, we're just practicing helping people let go of perfectionism. That's all.
Amen, baby.
Oh, that reminds me, I need to send out that link about the regrets. Bert and Cheryl, if either of you feel like unmuting and saying hello, feel free. If not, that's fine too. Hey, Cheryl.
I was actually trying to chase Adrian. I think she thought I was getting out of the room and everyone was getting out of the room, but she mentioned that the social justice thing, the Monday nights, that the next one is a week from Monday. So I just want to make sure that it either gets posted or someone sends me the link to.
Oh, okay. So let's see, that means it's a week from, it's in a week and a couple days.
October 5th, I think.
Okay. Yeah, I'll send you something.
As the host, I can tell you that Adrian is no longer in the building.
I can see that a bunch of people left, and I was going to say, hey, when is that exactly? Can you make sure someone sends it to me? And people were leaving, so she left, and I was all alone.
What we're talking about, it probably sounds totally mysterious, but Adrian runs our, or is one of the people who runs our group Conversations Towards Racial Justice, and Cheryl posts things on our website, and so that's what we're talking about, making sure that's posted.
We were in the same breakout group, Rabbi, so we heard about that. I was silent just because it's been a long day, and I'm just remarking how energetic all you young folks seem to be.
I'm actually pretty tired, but
catch me in 10 minutes.
Yeah,
I'm here to adrenaline for the moment.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm going to say good night, though. See you
Good night,
All
Lori.
right, Lori, good night. Rest well.
Good night. I'm saying good night too. Good night, Tava.
I don't see a name on this person at the bottom here.
I see Alfred Whitman.
Oh, Alfred Whitman. There we go.
And you're muted, Alfred.
If you're trying to talk, Alfred, you're muted. Can you unmute him, Joel?
No.
Oh.
I can
Okay.
ask him to unmute, but I can't.
Oh, well, bye. Okay.
Okay, let's do a different plan because, I've been going through my list of songs. My only other shofar-related song that I can think of off the top of my head is really about Rosh Hashanah, since there's way more shofar on Rosh Hashanah.
Yeah.
So let's just try a different plan.
Song, right?
And the family service is the one outline that I didn't print and bring with me. So, well, actually, I can bring it up online.
Do you want me to send you the link?
No, I got it online.
Okay.
I can bring it up easily online. I just have to do it.
Okay.
I know exactly where they are. My browser knows exactly where they are. It remembers so many things that I don't. Yeah, amen to that. So I see here it is. Oh, there's YK Family Service. Okay. I just missed it. Welcome, Bim Bam. Welcome again. Hallelujah, Shema, turning shofar blast. Well, why don't we just move turning or move something, just instead of doing two songs back to back, which we don't really want to do.
Well, that's what we did last time, and it worked.
Oh, we did? Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
that's why I thought we needed another song, but maybe we don't. Like last time, it was just the right amount of time with the Apples and Honey song, where now it's red.
Yeah, Apples and Honey, to be honest, that took all of 60 seconds.
Okay, so
Matter of fact.
Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I was looking at the outline here, and that was 30, but that's you, not me.
Okay, so why don't we let's just take it out, and we won't have a song there, and
Right, and if we want, we can do turning. So the story is going to focus on, if you think that the turning song might fit after the story, I think that would be a great way to go.
Okay.
And then you can just, I'll probably have this up online in front of me and switching screens back and forth, but you can, like I said, I'll follow your lead and you can prompt me.
Okay, well, I'll tell you beforehand by text too.
Great, and I'll be, I'll be on, God willing, at 8:30. I plan to get up a little before 7 and daven, and then should be ready.
Okay, I'm gonna go collapse.
Do that.
Okay.
I'm giving you. I'm not going to support collapsing because you need to collapse, and that doesn't require support. So I'll put the virtual blanket over you, or you can have Julia do that, and we'll catch up.
Okay. Thank you, Tom.
As Rabbi Roberto Gretz used to say, mañana. What do you say? No, yeah, mañana baboker.
Okay. Good night.
Good night. One breakout room left. I'm going to go there. And now we're back in the main room. So, and here we are again, back in the main room. If you can hit the end button or the leave meeting button at the bottom right of your screen to leave, or you can just hang out here. Rick, you're muted. If you're speaking to me, Rick, I'm not hearing you.
I don't know why I'm still here.
Okay. If you do you have a leave meeting button?
But the whole thing went. Let me see if I can find it.
Okay.
Here's my Zoom.
Or I can. If you
hello, hello. It's you. Yeah.
Same one. I think we're it. I think we're the last two. So if I end
That's
the meeting,
it.
we both go away.
Yeah.
Right,
Thanks a lot. You're great. Terrific. And I heard you fine. It's good.
I think it's the devices. The more I do this, the more I realize that it's different for everybody.
Reminds me of that Shecky Green bit, right? Where the rabbi mentioned about you get 150 Jews together and nobody can agree. Right?
Yeah.
There's I think it was Shecky Green. He had this shtick about the Catskills, that the Jewish couple shows up and they big room with all the tables. I want to be near the door, but not too near the door. Okay. I want a table that's the right size. I don't want it too small and I don't want it too large. You could never satisfy everybody. You couldn't satisfy this one person, let alone everybody else.
It's a bit like the joke about the Jewish couple in the restaurant, and the waiter comes up to them and asks, "Is anything all right?"
Yeah, we were talking today about with a group of my friends. You weren't in that part of it, but I have a group of friends. We're all lawyers or ex-lawyers, and
I'm a recovering lawyer, so there's that.
oh yeah, I'm recovering too. That's what it says on my Facebook. I'm recovering. So we're talking about all the stuff that's going on with the the political situation, and the political legal thing. And it's fascinating how wrapped up you can get in these things from a legal perspective. And we kind of got to the point where for some reason it got to the point where are Jews white? Or are Jews? I mean, a lot of white supremacists believe Jews are not white.
Sure.
And so one of the guys chimed in that there was some study he read somewhere where they go back the lineage back, and at some point all the Ashkenazi Jews derive from two non-Jewish women. That supposedly is, I don't know if it's true or not. And my comment was, well, if that's true, they must have been really kvetchers, the two non-Jewish women, right? They got to pass through somehow, right? To that. But yeah, it's crazy stuff. Well, where did you practice? What kind of law?
I actually never did. I clerked for a couple of years. I spent time in the courts.
Oh, good.
Did a year in the Northern District and a year in law and motion at San Francisco Superior Court, and then I intended to go find the next job, and somehow I just never did, and wound up back in Jewish education and music.
I tell people, the young people are looking for a career. I said, I think going to law school is great. I mean, you don't have to practice law. You do a lot. What it teaches you how to think analytically.
It sure does.
And it also, I think, is really benefit in this day and age. It allows you not only to be a strong advocate, which is helpful, but it allows you to see the other side.
Right.
I mean, everything is like, everybody wants to make everything so absolute. It's not absolute. Yeah. The whole system of government, the whole Constitution is based upon a sense of bringing people together to try to make compromise through strongly held beliefs.
Yeah.
So that's whole other night's conversation. But
God willing, we'll get back to something closer to that.
Yeah, it's.
I mean, there's work to be done, but.
Well, we're not going to get there. We're not going to get there by destroying the integrity of the institutions that we have.
No, that we're not. As a matter of fact, I do a lot of when my home shul is Netivot Shalom. It's a conservative synagogue in Berkeley, and we use the conservative prayer book. It's customary in both the Orthodox and the conservative world to, during the Torah service, after the Torah is read, to say a prayer for the welfare of the country or the welfare of the government. It goes all the way back to Talmudic times. You would pray for the welfare of the king. And what we did this past Shabbos, turns out that Justice Ginsburg's nephew or niece had a bar bat mitzvah in the Maryland area. And this prayer for the country is often given as an honor to a family member of the bar bat mitzvah. Well, guess who had that honor at this service?
Oh, great. Wow.
There's Justice Ginsburg. Praying for the welfare of the country, talking, and it's always, we ask that you give your wisdom and grace to our leaders, our leaders, our ministers, judges, and she paused and everybody laughed, and all who exercise justice and rightful authority. And then there was a line later about safeguarding the institutions of the country. This all got onto YouTube. How I heard this, it's got onto YouTube. It's on YouTube somewhere.
Okay.
And during our Netivot Shalom Zoom Torah service on last Shabbat, yesterday, come to think, we played that YouTube. I heard Justice Ginsburg. We all heard Justice Ginsburg at this bar mitzvah or bat mitzvah giving the prayer for the welfare of the country. And when she started talking about the institutions, it was just so poignant, so poignant.
I mean, it's, I mean, we get into all these discussions. I mean, I have some different views than some people. I mean, for me, you want to talk about Roe versus Wade. I mean, you can have a conversation about that. I think there's points of view that could be argued on both sides, right? I mean, it's a political issue, it's a moral issue, but it's an issue for discussion. That issue can't take place in an environment where we can't even agree on some basic fundamental empirical facts, and where we're running down the institutions, because it's the institutions and the openness of the institutions that allows us to have those discussions in a way that doesn't result in violence, right? And so to me, I'm a big institutionalist, and I think that that's the key to it. We can argue, if we're going to get in an argument about Roe versus Wade or healthcare, I mean, those are issues, but we can't have a forum for those issues that's going to work unless we have a respectful understanding of points of view, and they have institutions that, frankly, brilliantly conceived. I mean, to my way of thinking, I couldn't imagine anything better than what they've done, and pretty good for 200 some odd years ago. Pretty good job, right? Pretty good job.
Yeah.
Well, I retired about 12 years ago, and I don't regret retiring. It gave me a lot of opportunity to do other things, but I do, I do really, I was happy that I had the experience of learning about the law, learning about the system, learning about history. That's, by the way, have you read, I'd recommend something to you if you haven't read it. Very, very interesting little book, the Timothy Snyder's book on tyranny.
It's been recommended to me, actually.
Yeah.
Rabbi Avi Schulman recommended that one to me.
Yeah, I think you might find it interesting because it's like Chairman Mao's book, but it's not read. It's a tiny little thing.
Yeah, a little one.
It's meant to be kept in your pocket, right? Alongside the Constitution. But I've read his more scholarly books. This is not a scholarly book, but he talks about, not necessarily it's not what causes fascism or totalitarianism, but it's sort of practical steps about how, as an individual, you can deal with it, what you need to do for yourself in that situation. And it's very useful. Yeah. Yeah. Well, anyway, I'll let you go to sleep. Good night. Thank you again. I'll see you probably tomorrow. I'll probably be at the closings. I'll be for sure for the closing, but I'm not sure about the one in the morning. So we'll see.
Whenever you're there, you're welcome. Thanks so much.
Yeah.
Nice chatting with you.
Yeah.
Have a good night.
You too. Thank you. You too.